So, are credit cards the devil? Many people will say yes. I say the devil wears Prada, so it's kind of up to you. Realistically, in my mind, a credit card is like a superpower. You can use it for good or you can use it for evil. Or if you think that you can't control your superpower at all, it's probably a good idea not to have one. However, in a lot of investment strategies and for cash flow and a lot of good practices when it comes to wealth creation, a credit card plays a really important role, and used correctly, they can be really, really helpful. Not used the right way, the results can be dire. So let's have a look today at a lot of the what to do's and the what not to do's. I do have a special guest coming in to talk about her experience, and this should kind of really formulate a little bit of a fitness check on our credit cards to see where we're at and how we can improve. So this is our special guest today. This is Sophie. She's here to talk about her kibble card experience. Yes, I said kibble because dogs obviously don't have credit cards, they have kibble cards. Thank you very much for joining us, Sophie, to talk about your experience. A few years ago, she went down to the Westport Bank and she applied for credit. And they offered her a 40,000 kibble card limit. I know it was too much. So Sophie was smart enough to know that she should not take the full amount that was offered to her and instead reduce the amount to something that she felt was more manageable. And what did you go with in the end? 20,000, right? Now, you did a very, very good job of managing the credit card to begin with. She had a 55-day interest-free period. She always paid out her purchases before the interest-free period was done, so she never paid any interest. High five for that, Sophie. Well done. This was Sophie's kibble account. Now, when Sophie was managing this correctly, it was working really well for her. She wasn't paying any interest. She was doing very well. Then she wasn't, and she became a little bit of a super villain instead of a superhero. Let's have a look at what happened. How much kibble do you have left after that little escapade? Yeah, it's a bit sad, isn't it? How are you going to go paying that back in the 55-day interest-free period? That's what I thought. So Sophie has a few challenges with this new 20,000 kibble debt that she now has. First of all, she doesn't have enough funds to be able to pay it back before the 55-day interest-free period. Worse than that, she bought a jet ski. Now, she didn't purchase it directly from the shop. She bought it secondhand because she knows how much they'd appreciate as soon as you buy them brand new. This meant that she had to pay cash to a person rather than a purchase inside a store. So she got a cash advance of 9,000 kibble. As soon as you have a cash advance, it's important to note this is not subject to the 55-day interest-free period on purchases, because it's not a purchase, it's a cash advance. And often the cash advance is a more expensive interest rate than on your purchases. So Sophie's paying 26% on her purchases and 28% interest on any cash advances. So now from day one, she's paying 26% on her cash advance of 9,000. She does have 55 days interest free on the remaining 11, but once she can't pay that during that 55-day interest free, now she's paying it off at a super high interest rate of 26%. Now, important things for Sophie to remember is she doesn't have to take the limit that was given to her by the bank. She can reduce it to a limit that she's more comfortable with if she wants. The bank is just simply telling her what the maximum amount of credit they would give her, so she can choose what that limit can be. Next, if there's an interest-free period, she has to make sure that she pays out the entire balance before the interest-free period is over, or she's going to start paying interest. And on credit cards, it's usually pretty high. It does vary from card to card. Cash advances do not get any 55-day interest-free period because that's only on purchases. So purchase and then a cash advance are two very different things. And the interest rate is often higher on the cash advance than it is on purchases. So it's important that Pomeranians, especially Sophie, understand what's their interest rate, interest-free period, is interest rate different on cash advances versus purchases, and just try as best that they can to pay out any balance on your credit card so you don't have to pay ridiculous interest. So that's part one of our credit cards, the devil. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Do you think credit cards are the devil, or do you think that maybe they're a superpower you can use for good? Obviously, Sophie's in quite a bit of trouble. She's got a massive big bill and she can't pay it down. So in part two of this, we are going to have a look at how did Sophie overcome that, how to overcome her credit card debt. Was she successful at staying out of credit card debt? So let's have a look at that in the next episode. I'd love for you to join me to watch part two. In the comments, how about if anyone, and I know we've probably all done this, what have you bought on your credit card that you shouldn't have? We've all bought something we can't afford. Write down in the comments, what did you buy when you went on your supervillain escapade with your credit card? Or alternatively, if you've got some hints or tips on how you paid down your credit card, we'd love to hear from you. So tune in for next time, and I know you're all waiting for the outtakes. That was the biggest amount of feedback that I got, was wanting to see more outtakes. I was working with the animals, so trust me, there's plenty of outtakes. See, there's one right now. There's plenty of plenty of outtakes for you all. I think that education or understanding money or doing a fitness check or money fitness check, it should be fun. We shouldn't take ourselves too seriously. I hope you enjoyed this video. Here's the outtakes. Having a thing that I can never remember. What's it called, Sophie? What's it called? Cash advance. $20,000. No, there's not dollars. They're kibbles. Kibbles. Kibble, kibble, kibble. Kibble. Did I say kibble, Sophie? Did you lick your lips when I said kibble? Yes. With this new $20,000 credit that credit that you have, credit that you owe. Why did you get yourself into this mess? She looks so sad. I'm sorry, baby, I love you. Card, they offered her, she's going for the kibble already. So this is Sophie, so this is our special guest, Sophie. Who wants